Hi, my name is Larry and I'm going to demonstrate to you how to use the 1020 tool. Start by taking 3 initial anatomical measurements. You're going to mark from nason to the ilion, and we're going to call that the Z line. Then you're going to measure from preauricula to preauricula. We're going to call that the Y line. And then of course we're going to take the circumference of the head and we'll call that the C line. Now to choose your tool, is going to be based off the distance of your Z line and your Y line. For example, in this case, the distance of the Z line is 34 centimeters. The distance of the Y line here happens to be 34 centimeters. And the circumference is 54 centimeters. So, since the Z line is 34 centimeters, I'm going to choose tool 34. So I'm going to take that and put it into Z line position first. Once I line it up with my nason and my ilion, I'm going to take my tool and I'm going to mark my 10%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%. And then if you remember, my circumference was 54 centimeters. So I'm going to take 10% of that, which is 5.4, cut that in half. Now it's 2.7. So I can start here at 0 and go 1, 2.5.7. 1, 2.5.7. Do the same thing with my O's. 2.5.7, 2.7, and mark. Now I'm done with my Z line. Now, since the Y line was also 34 centimeters, I will take my CZ position, put it on top of and align it with the original CZ mark, and it should give me a balanced position to my other preauriculas. At that time, I mark 20%, 20%, and then my 10% mark, and my 10% mark. And now I'm done with my Y line. So then, put my tool back. The only thing that's left is to take my 15 centimeter ruler and actually connect the dots between my C and my FP at 50%. At 50% of that is going to be where I'd mark my F's, and I do that on both sides. And I can take my C and my O's, and I can get my P at also 50% of the distance. That's all you have to do. Okay, now I would like to demonstrate how quickly the 1020 tool can measure the head for a modified or full EEG. Okay, ready? Start the clock. So I measure the patient's head, 34 centimeters. (34 centimeters). (54 centimeters). Okay, so 34 centimeters, I'm going to choose my 34, place it into position, choose my tool, mark 10%, at 54 centimeters, so 10% is 5.4. Half of that's 2.7. 1, 2.5.7. Okay, that's that. So now, do my Y line, line up my Z's to my preauriculas. Mark my 20%, 20%, 10%, 10%. Now my Y line is done. So then I take my 15 centimeter ruler and I connect the dots from here. It's roughly 11.5 centimeters. So in that case, it'll be roughly a little more than 5.5. Same thing from here. measure from here. It's roughly same distance, 11 centimeters, so I'll do 5.5. Centimeters, 11 centimeters is roughly 5.5. 11 centimeters, 5.5. Now, if I want to get my temporals, I can go from here to here. That's 11 centimeters, so 5.5. 11 centimeters, 5.5. 11 centimeters is 5.5. From here to here is 11 centimeters, 5.5. And we're done. And just like that, we have measured a full EEG. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy using your new 1020 tool.